Conspiracy theories, eh? Wait till you get a load of this. Hello, and welcome to Cracked Sisters Conspiracies. We are a podcast that covers conspiracy theories, mysteries, and all over spooky shit. My name is Cassandra.
And I'm Jackie.
And we are said sisters. You cracked so quick.
I know. It's been a minute since we recorded. It's been like at least...
What, 2 weeks?
2 weeks? It seems longer than usual.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we did do that double duty episode when I saw you in Vegas. And then, we didn't get to it this weekend. So here we are. But
and that's fine. I had to work all day yesterday anyway. So
yeah, I assumed you had stuff going on because usually I would hear from you. But I was just taking care of all of the stuff that I didn't get to on Saturday. So it worked out that way.
I had to work from 8 to 4. So it was like a whole 8-hour day. So
no,
didn't
that's
feel like
no
it
fun.
afterward.
Well, what else is new and exciting with you other than working on the weekends?
Got my tattoo
That is very exciting. It looks so good.
Thank you. I agree. So there was like 3 other people or 4 other people getting tattoos at the same time as me. And they were all getting relatively big pieces. So we were all there for basically the same amount of time. I was the last one to leave. But as everyone's leaving, they're like walking around and showing off their work with their artists. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, these are some interesting. Like I definitely got one of, if not the second best chick, because there was like the guy that's the owner and he does obviously amazing stuff, but she's only an apprentice. So I was a little nervous,
a little skeptical,
but she does a great job. And I'm like looking at everyone else's and comparing my arm. I'm like, I am very happy with my decision.
As you should be. No, it looks really good. So I'm excited to see how it looks as it gets built out. So
I know. And then Alex and I have been doing Sober October, just like for the wedding.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
But I'm having a bad night, so I'm drinking.
Good.
Because I made broccoli cheddar soup for dinner.
Uh-oh.
But then I took a shower real quick and I came downstairs and Archer ate all my broccoli. So we have cheese soup.
You know what? Sometimes your day calls for just a pot of soupy cheese. Get some bread. Dip it in, call it a night.
Exactly. What's new with you?
Definitely feels like the fucking microwaves in the toaster or whatever this is. And it has felt like that for the last few weeks. I am so tired of existing right now.
I know every time I text you, like you don't even say anything specific, but I just get this sense that you are just on the edge or on the brink of I don't know what.
Like when you texted me today, I was hiding in the stairwell at work, trying to pull myself out of an emotional black hole. No, it's okay. And so I'm like, nope, let's just do this, rip the Band-Aid off.
There you
go. We went to the Hollywood Bowl on Saturday. And we went and saw Eric Clapton. My mother-in-law had gotten the family ticket. So it was all of us minus Donald who ended up going.
How was it?
It was actually really good. I was impressed by how good everything sounded because I was a little concerned. Like the man's almost 80, so he's not a super loud singer anymore.
Okay.
Like his voice is definitely softer over the years, but everything was super impressive. It was a nice change of pace. It's not like the normal concert that I would go to. So Evan and I had a blast.
Good.
Grayson was excited to go because it was her first like real concert and she liked a lot of the music, but after like the second or third hour, she was fading.
Oh, I thought you were going to say song. That's a lot longer than I thought. How long was the concert?
We got there at a little before 7. Oh, on the way there, the kids got to see a dead body on the side of the freeway. It was wrapped. But still, there was a fatality accident that we passed by. So we got there a little before 7. And then the first act went on at 7:30. And then Eric Clapton didn't go on until like 9. And so we didn't leave until like 11:30.
Jesus Christ.
And so the kids, they would go walk around because he was with her cousin who's 14. So
and built like he's 24.
Oh my God, isn't he so huge?
He grew up so quickly.
I know. He's 14 going on 4 because this kid, he has been hit in the head too many times. He had a concussion because one of his friends had tried to like leapfrog over the back of him and kneed him in the head. And Like he plays football and none of his multiple concussions have been from football. But that's just stupid, ninth grader shit. So yeah, she got to go off with him. And then I was sitting with my sister-in-law and then, my mother-in-law. I asked her how she felt about it. And she said she at least got to get outside. So
Does she not like Eric Clapton?
she was the one who bought the ticket. I think she was upset because he didn't play the song that she really wanted. So.
What song did she really want?
Layla or I Shot the Sheriff. Sorry, there were two. I know.
Those are both really good songs.
They are. But anywho, so yeah, that's what we did. But we didn't get home until midnight. So yeah, yesterday was just recovery day. But that was it.
Yeah, today's Monday, huh?
Today is Monday, last I checked. But it was a doozy.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, so there's a lot going on in the world. Let me see, what else do I have noted? Oh,
your notes.
I made notes of topics to talk about.
Okay.
I started watching a new show.
What show is it? I also started watching a new show.
Well, it's not new. It's been out for a while, but it's a Showtime show that's on Netflix now. It's called Yellow Jackets. Have you heard of it?
No.
So the premise is it's a high school soccer team, an all-girls team, and they're flying to nationals and their plane crashes in the Canadian wilderness and they need to like survive and get home. And it's told from two different time points. So from the time it's set in the 90s when they're younger, when the actual plane crash takes place. And then it's like present day for those that survived. And then it flashes back and there's like fucking cannibalism and shit that's involved. It's intense. I'm enjoying it.
Maybe
what are you
will.
watching?
I just started it last night. I only got to episode, I think 3. I haven't even watched 3 yet. Grotesquerie on Hulu with Travis Kelce.
I have heard about it. I have not seen it.
I watched a review about it. Like there's just this guy I follow on Instagram and he like really quickly does reviews on things. He didn't think he would like it. He watched the first 2 episodes and then was hooked afterwards. And it was very similar to the show Hannibal. I don't know if you watched that, but Alex and I did. So I went, okay, I'll give it a chance. And I like putting Travis Kelce on because it makes Alex mad. I don't think I like it. I'm going to stick it out because I think it's the first season. I don't think the acting is very good. It's like I don't know her name. It's the
Niecy Nash,
the chick from
Reno 911.
Reno 911.
Yeah.
She's the lead. And I just recently rewatched the Reno 911 movie, which was fucking hilarious.
Yes, it is.
But like she's like in a more serious role as like an actual cop instead of just having like her tits out. So I don't know
how you feel.
If she's really selling me yet, but I'm committed to it.
Okay. Well, you'll have to let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yellow Jackets, it was recommended at work. And if I had to describe it to like some other show, it's a more intense, visually graphic and kind of scary version of Lost. Did you watch that show?
I didn't. I tried to when I lived in Ohio. I just remember thinking, this is fucking stupid. And then I never really watched it.
Yeah, so there's like an air of mystery around it. I still don't fully know what's happening, but there's enough action and gore that it's keeping my attention because I'm trying to find spooky, scary things to watch throughout the month of October.
Well, you have Disney Plus and now so do I. So you have to go through the Disney Channel original movie section.
That is true.
Rewatch. You should make Grayson watch Don't Look Under the Bed. That was fucking terrifying for me.
That scared me. Okay. That's a good idea. I also want to watch, I think it's on Disney Plus, is Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God. And neither has Evan. And I'm like, have you seen it? He's like, no. And I never want to. And I'm
kind of in the same vein.
He just told me that like 15 minutes ago. So I just sad Snoopy walked all the way down the hallway. Like,
God, I was also doing like a foot stomp up here. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we are both coming with the same energy.
Yes.
Okay. Well, to continue the discussion about how everyone sucks and the world is falling apart, because that's what we were talking about.
Sure. Say, what is your topic? You did not know it when we last recorded.
No. So because of all of the Diddy drama that has been cropping up, if you have been living under a rock over the last couple of weeks, I'm telling you, there's something in the air. Everything is going sideways, but like this is his own unraveling.
Yeah.
It's an atrocious situation by the sound of it. And I am also watching with morbid fascination as everything starts to unfold because I have a feeling there's a large web of people that I expect to be kind of outed as being involved in all of this terrible debauchery. one particular person has been coming up in a lot of the potential connections to Diddy and some other conspiracy theories, and it's surrounding a Queen Bee or Queen Bey, if I don't say.
Don't say.
I'm not going to say that. But yeah, we're going to talk about different theories and stuff surrounding Beyonce.
So that's why I'm glad I texted you, because I didn't know a lot about it. All I knew was there was 1,000 bottles of lube. I didn't know anything else.
Yes.
But then my algorithm switched that day I texted you, and I just was engrossed with Diddy stuff. So I was going to cover P. Diddy, and then you texted me that I went, okay, now I won't. But
no, but you should though, because the Diddy stuff is not really what I'm going into. I'm just talking about.
I just didn't want to do like back to back.
Okay.
Stuff, but maybe I will. I don't know.
Keep that in your back pocket, because really I'm just talking about Beyonce and how she's potentially a terrible person.
I don't like Beyonce.
I am not a Beyonce fan. No.
Blasphemy, I know, but I don't like her. This is literally, I got my hair done on Saturday. Me and my hairdresser talked for my whole entire appointment about this.
I don't like her. I never have. There's just something about her that has rubbed me the wrong way, and I've always got a bad vibe. Destiny's Child had some bops. There was a couple of songs for sure that I enjoyed, but the level of greatness that Beyonce has grown to, I don't understand. It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't make any sense. And don't even get me started on the fucking country song that she released.
I hate that song. Alex played it on repeat because Instagram and TikTok were playing it on every video. So as soon as I heard it, I would skip it. I wouldn't even watch
I hate it so much.
And Alex was like, I love this song. I'm going to play it all the time. I fucking hate it.
And like the only reason that she did it is because she is from Texas and she didn't feel like she was accepted, which I get. But just because you're Beyonce doesn't mean that you're going to be welcomed into the country world with open arms with a mediocre piece of trash like that.
I mean, to be fair, she was, though. Like, everyone loves that fucking song. I think we are the minority in this argument.
What I am learning is that I typically don't agree with what the majority of people think and feel about things. And I don't know what that says about me, but it certainly seems to say a lot about everyone else.
Well, while we're on the topic, I fucking would like it known that I do not like Oprah. I've never liked Oprah. I've always said she has too much power. All of these people that like have seemingly godness to them for no reason, I don't trust them.
Yes. And I wouldn't be surprised. Allegedly, this is all speculation. I wouldn't be surprised if Oprah was involved in the Diddy scandal.
That was a big topic of my hair appointment. Yes. I agree.
Also, not a fan of Jay-Z. He seems like a giant walking turd of a person, and I don't.
The things I heard about him aren't great.
It's just another one of those things, like he just presents as a not nice or not good person to me.
Yeah.
And so when you marry the two of them together, they just seem like bad news combined. So one thing to note before we get into this, to the Bayhive, please do not come at me. I know that y'all worship the ground that Miss Beyonce walks on and will aggressively defend her until the day that you die. And that is good for you, but you have to accept that not everyone feels that way, and that is okay. So please don't be mad.
Well, she's also on the decline right now, so this is the perfect time to talk about it. She's
like her social media.
People are blowing up her social media in a negative light. So I think it's okay.
Dive. Yeah. So I feel like I'm okay, but I just also needed to state that like, this is just my personal opinion and I'm allowed to have one.
There you go.
So Beyonce has been rooted in a handful of conspiracy theories over the years. So I figured I would touch upon a couple of those and then talk about the more prominent stuff that's been happening lately. But before we get into that, I feel like I should at least introduce you to the person that she is. And so I will give a very short, very abbreviated biography, so to speak.
In a whole picture fucking background. I'm so proud of you.
So Beyonce Knowles, she was born September 4th, 1981, even though there is one theory that suggests that she is 7 years older than she actually states.
Yep, I've heard that as well.
So stupid. But anyway, she is from Houston, Texas. Her mother was a hairdresser and her dad worked for the Xerox company. She also has a younger sister, Solange, who I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with from that elevator video. There's like a video with no sound of her, Beyonce, and Jay-Z in an elevator, and she just fucking lays into him and like beats the shit out of him. No one knows why, but it's speculated it's because of the whole like affair bullshit, or maybe it has to do with the Diddy stuff and she found out about it and they're like, you're a piece of shit. No one really knows, but there's a whole like side quest with the sisters and Jay-Z.
I was going to say, first of all, how dare you not recognize her for her miraculous acting in the movie Bring It On All or Nothing? Because Alex and I just watched that and I know every word to it.
I don't think I've seen any of the other Bring It On movies.
You would have either. It is like a B-list or C-list movie that obviously is on the coattails of the original Bring It On movie, but it's my second favorite Bring It On.
Is that the one with Hayden Panettiere in it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She like moves to Crenshaw Heights and like has to go to an all black / Mexican school and she's the lily white girl and it is so good.
One of those, it's so bad it's good. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, back to Beyonce.
Yes.
She started singing from an early age and she attended a music magnet school where she performed in the school choir. When she was 8 years old, she had gone to an audition for an all-girl entertainment group and was selected to be a part of Girls Time, spelled Tyme.
Did girls end with a Z?
It might have. I think I auto-corrected to normal. But yeah, it was ridiculous spelling.
Okay.
So the group had got some attention. They were performing in local talent shows, and then they ended up getting a spot on Star Search. Do you know what that show is?
Not even.
I don't think that was part of your time, but Britney Spears, I think Christina Aguilera, so many of these pop stars that we know that were like well established by the time you knew who they were, they would all get their start on Star Search, where they would come and perform, usually like a musical act. And it's like you could potentially win the show and then you would win. It's Star Search walked so American Idol could run, if that makes sense.
I thought they were all known from the Mickey Mouse Club.
A lot of them were too.
Okay.
And it could have been
a little bit older.
Yeah. So like Star Search might have led to the Mickey Mouse Club, that kind of thing. But they had performed and they did not win the show. And unsurprisingly, Beyonce just blamed it on the song being bad because it couldn't possibly be the performance of Girls Time. But Beyonce's dad was so beside himself at their loss that he decided that, you know what, they need to get their shit together. So he quit his job to become the manager for the girl group, which put the family at a massive disadvantage. But, his baby was going to be a star. That's what he was going to do. So he hustled for them and they ultimately did get picked up by a record label and they recorded an album with Sony Music.
To be fair, I feel like not in a negative way, but I feel like dad would 100% do that for us.
100%.
Like not put us in financial jeopardy, but he would like quit his job and
no, dad got a taste of that life being the roadie for the Canadians band. And I saw what that did to him. And so you bet your ass if he was given an opportunity to be a dadager, 100%. And he would have been damn good at it too.
He would have.
Okay. So the group ended up revamping themselves and they also changed their name to what is now known as Destiny's Child.
So it was the same people.
It started out as that way.
Okay.
And then there were a couple of iterations where the dad ended up just like cutting some of the talent that was there to begin with. And, there was some personnel changes.
Okay.
And then one of the members was Kelly Rowland.
Yes.
And I always thought that her and Beyonce were sisters. And they're not. But the reason I thought that, I learned, is because Kelly Rowland had like a really shit life and just like ended up living with Beyonce and her family when she was young. And so they essentially grew up together. So they're like quasi sisters. So by 1999, they had made a name for themselves. They won a Grammy in 2001. So only a couple of years after getting going. Mm-hmm. And then Beyonce decided to start straying from the group because she wanted to pursue her own ventures because she needed to be more than, and she needed to be lifted up by these people and not be dragged down by them.
I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly.
Exactly. So do peacocks fly?
No, it's from a movie.
What movie?
The Other Guys with Mark Wahlberg.
Will Ferrell, or you hate him so much.
I fucking hate.
But yeah, so she decided to pursue her own ventures on the side. So she was recording duets with other artists and she started dipping a toe into acting. Like she was in one of the Austin Powers movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was
and
Dr. Cleopatra. I just
Yes.
watched that.
I don't hate her in that role
Mhm.
for whatever reason. But yeah, so there was a couple of things that she was in, and she was still recording with and performing with Destiny's Child. And so they ended up turning out another hit album. And by October of 2001, so the same year that they ended up winning their Grammy, and all of this happened in a short amount of time, they announced a hiatus so Beyonce could, pursue her solo career indefinitely.
Yeah.
She was on her way to solo stardom, and she eventually became the powerhouse that she is known as today. And in her pursuit, she had collaborated on a song with Jay-Z in 2002. And by 2008, they were married.
Well, that's 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But
made it sound like it was.
No, I'm
they were married.
abbreviated version, because I don't care enough about
gotcha.
either of them.
I was wondering how they met. I didn't actually know that.
It was from recording a song together. Jay-Z had an affair in the 20-teens, and Beyonce used that as fuel to add to her fire when she recorded her Lemonade album, which, yes.
That one blew up. That was right?
Yeah, Becky with the good hair. That's where that came from. And that became notable because Becky was being represented as Jay-Z's side piece.
Yeah, that was a mistress, right?
Yes.
I just recently learned that.
And so she was like specifically calling her out about the affair and everything in the song. So that's where Becky with the good hair came from.
I mean, that's not like a bad diss. I would take that.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I forgot. I don't have my other login. So we have a 10-minute timer. So I'm going to read this paragraph. We're going to pause and then we're going to come back.
Sure. Sounds good.
So they have some kids. We all know that. There's Blue Ivy and a couple other ones that got thrown in there. But like I said, I don't care enough to delve farther into her life, because this isn't about her as a person. This is about why everyone thinks she's terrible. And so with that, we're going to switch gears and start touching upon why people think she's terrible.
Love it.
After this quick break, because I need to start a new session.
Insert sponsor here.
Now, a quick word from our sponsor. Do you live in the Bay Area? Are you in need of a CPR class for work or just to gain the knowledge? Well, look no further, because CPR Education has you covered. They host public classes every Saturday in Pleasant Hill, ranging from CPR and first aid, BLS for healthcare providers, infant essentials for new and expecting parents, and EMSA-approved courses for licensed childcare providers. Whatever need you have, PR Education has a solution. Go to cpredu.com and use code CRACKED for 20% off any public class. That's CRACKED, and you will get 20% off any class of your choosing. CPR Education, keeping people together.
All right. So why Beyonce sucks?
Yes.
One of the most persistent theories is that Beyonce and Jay-Z are part of the Illuminati. And so that's going to be a whole other topic.
That's a whole different episode, yeah.
Yeah. But like the Cliff's Notes version of the Illuminati suggests that the world is run by a cult that's existed for what seems like forever, and that members are all super powerful and influential people who communicate with secret symbols and phrases and shit. And there's way more to it than that, but that's all everyone's going to get.
I know, it's on my list one day to cover.
That is definitely more a you topic, because that's over my head. But over several years when performing, like Jay-Z would be known to like put his hands up in the form of a triangle like this. And Beyonce would also do it in like her shows and stuff too. And the triangle shape is thought to be in reference to the Eye of Providence, which is heavily thought to be associated with the Freemasons and the Illuminati, and also Pizzagate. I remember that came up in Pizzagate.
Oh, the lovely Pizzagate that will never, ever be there.
And so it's believed that by like making the gesture, Jay-Z and Beyonce are covertly signaling, but like not very covertly, their devotion to the Illuminati.
Okay.
So, and this theory gained traction after fans noticed symbols like specifically in her music videos. And there was one, the Formation music video, where she really leans into it. So there's heavy like imagery with the all-seeing eye and references to the number 666. And she's often like portrayed as a goddess and plays on religious iconography. Woo! Almost had a stroke. but like makes her seem like she's a blessing to the world and that she is like above everyone, which I can't stand. I hate it. It gives me the ick. But a lot of people believe that her rise to fame was facilitated by the Illuminati connections that she has, suggesting also that she uses like occult practices in her music and her performances, all because of the Illuminati. And that's the only reason that she's famous, not on talent, but
yeah. I mean, I don't not agree with that.
I'm just providing what the people have to say.
Got it.
Beyonce's pregnancies have also been surrounded by conspiracy theories. The predominant one was when she was pregnant with Blue Ivy. So she had announced her pregnancy at the 2011 MTV VMAs.
Her belly, right?
Yeah. And so like she did that, but people were speculating whether her baby bump was actually real because of the way that it had been presented in other appearances. She had done an interview. It was like with an Australian magazine or something. And in the interview, her stomach appeared to like shrink and deflate, and it just didn't look right. Because if you're pregnant, I mean, don't get me wrong, you look weird and things don't look completely right, but that didn't look right at all.
Yeah.
Also, with Blue Ivy, the rumor mill, according to them, that's their first child. She's apparently not actually Beyonce's child and is instead the illegitimate daughter of Jay-Z and his mistress, Becky with the good hair, maybe. Similar rumors had resurfaced during her second pregnancy with her twins. Like they speculated over her health and the condition surrounding her delivery. Like a lot of it seemed it was heavily leaned into just to make it seem like she was super pregnant. But the fact that she didn't actually appear to be so, or like maybe she was using a surrogate, which I get it. If your job is to look good for the world, a lot of people utilize surrogacy. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, don't go out of your way to like make a thing about it. But anyway.
Or if you do want to rock a baby belly to like feel more one with the fucking pregnancy because you're not the one carrying it, that's cool, but like be upfront about it. Don't be like, this is my like secret baby. Like don't be weird about it, just fucking own it.
Yeah, exactly. But the Beyonce baby theory regarding Blue Ivy has been going like hard left. And so that's the one that suggests that not only is Blue Ivy the result of Jay-Z's affair, it also suggests that the baby was potentially snatched from the mother at birth, and the mother had been
well, the mother is dead. So
the mother is dead. Yes. So the side piece was apparently off intentionally, and then Beyonce stole the child from the dead mistress. Said mistress was supposedly a woman named Kathy White that Jay-Z got busted with in 2010. And there was a tabloid reporter who had been covering the affair, and she claimed to have had photographic evidence supporting the affair. And she had been in contact with Kathy, who at that point supposedly indicated that she was ready to consider going public with the story.
Yeah.
And when the reporter had reached out to, follow back up to get something scheduled to talk about that, she couldn't get a hold of her. And eventually she was able to get in touch with one of Kathy White's colleagues who informed her that Kathy is dead.
She had been dead. Yes.
She was big dead.
Yeah.
And so it was stated officially that she had died from a brain aneurysm, but there was a lot of suspicion surrounding her death. Like she was a healthy young woman. There was no indication that anything would have been wrong. And so this then led to the theory that Jay-Z possibly just wanted to silence Kathy to preserve his relationship and his public image of his marriage with Beyonce. And there's a woman in the industry named Jaguar Wright.
I have been obsessed with her videos lately.
Oh my God.
I'm waiting for her to get suicided because obviously she's saying way too much, but
the thing with her is that she has been railing against all of these celebrities for years.
Yeah, I don't know who she is, to be fair. I've never heard of her before this month.
She was in the industry. She like recorded with all these artists and stuff. So she has been involved and in, with everyone over years. But she has also been talking mad shit about all of the shady stuff that goes on. And it's not just recently, like it's all come to light recently. It's like her and Cat Williams have both been like, everything's going to come out this year. But yeah, she's been talking about all of this shit for years. And the thing that if you sit and think about it, no one has come after her because she is not saying anything that's false. There's nothing that they can sue her for. No defamation, no slander, nothing.
I meant come after her like
Well, I mean, that too, but that would look suspicious after she's been, spilling all of this information. And so it's like, you think about it, it's like, oh, well, they're not going to say anything because if they pursue her, then shit might come out in discovery if they try to sue her kind of thing or what have you. So I think they're just kind of letting her lay low, thinking that people thought that she was just a crackpot spouting out everything. But now with all of this Diddy shit that's been coming out, which is what she had been talking about for years, there is maybe a little bit of truth to what she's been saying. And so a lot of people have been latching on to that. But she was also one of the ones who was quick to claim that Kathy White's death, there was foul play involved, and Beyonce knew all about it. And it was something between Beyonce and Jay-Z and Diddy who orchestrated the smothering of Kathy White. Like, apparently a lot of this goes back to Jay-Z and Beyonce used Diddy to take care of their dirty business. And in exchange, like, they also know about all the shit that Diddy had going on. And so they are all just fucked up together. And so they just take care of everything.
Got it.
People also were suggesting that Beyonce's song Daughter is her confession surrounding the whole like baby snatching and mama murdering ordeal. Like I said, with all the Diddy shit going on, people are expecting him to start turning on everyone because he's going to want to get like the best deal that he can and he's going to fucking snitch on people. And I would love to see if the Carters get exposed for all of their shady shit. But yeah, the potential unaliving of Kathy White may or may not be one of those things. And Jaguar Wright said that she knows that there's incriminating evidence to support the claim and that Diddy has it and that he's going to bring that to light. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, the more prominent theory that I saw that's been cropping up a lot lately that suggests that she's a terrible person is she definitely comes across as a bully who seems to be like threatening or intimidating other people in the industry in order to help keep her trajectory going. If someone gets too big and threatens her success, her and Jay-Z and, with the help of Diddy, make those people disappear.
Yep.
And so it's been mentioned that many other artists who are like huge in their own right have acknowledged Beyonce in their award speeches when they're winning their own awards.
I literally just went down this rabbit hole this weekend and I don't watch award shows, but I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Watching it back to back to back to back. It's crazy.
Not once did I ever consciously think about it or like, oh, okay, whatever. But yeah, when you line it all up. And so like the thought behind it is that these people have been doing that either to just avoid backlash, just to stay on her good side. So a couple of examples. In 2002, Alicia Keys won the Best New Artist Award and expressed her gratitude to Beyonce in her acceptance speech. Don't know what Beyonce had to do with that, but when Lizzo won Best Pop Solo Performance for Truth Hurts in 2020, she thanked Beyonce directly, saying that she was inspired by her and called her an icon. After winning the Best New Artist Award in 2019, Dua Lipa thanked Beyonce for being a source of inspiration and empowerment for women in the music industry. Upon winning her Album of the Year in 2019 for Golden Hour, Casey Musgraves expressed her admiration for Beyonce and praised her artistry. Completely different genre vibe.
Country. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know about that one.
Nope. In 2021, Megan Thee Stallion thanked Beyonce during her acceptance speech for Best New Artist and referred to as an inspiration and a queen because godlike, what have you. And then the one that made me upset. When Adele won a Grammy, this bitch literally broke off a piece of the award and dedicated it to Beyonce. Either she's that scared of her or she knows some. I don't know. But
I never picked up on that until I recently saw that. And I went, that's insane. But in one of them, I think it was with Lizzo. Don't quote me on this. There's a video of her. They're like, and the winner is, and she stands up as if she's about to go accept the speech. And then they say the other person's name and she's like, oh, and sits back down. So they're like, that's interesting that you thought you knew who was going to win. And then whoever that person was, whether it was Lizzo or someone else, they profusely thanked her because Beyonce, in theory, was supposed to have won because it's all orchestrated.
It's all rigged.
How it didn't. And then they were like, oh, fuck, don't be mad at me. Thank you so much, Beyonce. I love you. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah.
So there's this clip that I always see. It's like pop culture moments that come up. And so there's a clip from the Wendy Williams show. And she's like opening a piece of candy and she's like, guess who's jealous of Adele? Beyonce.
Well, have you heard the connection of Beyonce to Wendy Williams?
No.
So I've been sending you so many videos. I didn't know if I was sending you too much. So
I've gotten
stopped.
lost in some of them.
There's a compilation video of all of the times Wendy Williams talks mad shit about Beyonce and or Jay-Z. Like she really fucking went in on them. And then suddenly there was that clip of, it's like Halloween. She's dressed as the Statue of Liberty and she like stumbles back and like passes out. And
She had like a stroke or something.
like a heat stroke or something, or she had like a real stroke. But then ever since then, she's been like, she's got these weird fucking crazy eyes, and she has like this weird neurological disorder that's going.
That's right.
And they're like, well, she talks so much fucking shit about Beyonce and Jay-Z that they fucking did something to her, but it didn't take fully. So now she's just fucked up for the rest of her life. And I thought that was really interesting.
Oh my God. Poor Wendy Williams.
I know.
She got so much shit because everyone thought she was a man and wouldn't leave her alone about that. And then now she's getting fucked with. That makes me sad. She didn't do anything. But some other other people that had mentioned Beyonce in their acceptance speeches, Drake, Bruno Mars, Billie Eilish, Cardi B, the list just goes on. It's an alarming amount of people.
It's crazy.
And it just strikes me as so odd that they are compelled to turn moments that are about them and their success over and make it about Beyonce. Like, fuck that. That's not cool.
Yeah, I agree.
So there's a dovetail theory that suggests that when other artists that start to make it big, they have two options. You either give praise to Beyonce in order to continue being successful, or you don't, and then you risk it all.
Yep.
And you possibly get killed. Like, people suggest that Rihanna, after she had like her really big album, she doesn't make music anymore. She pivoted. And so now she has a makeup line.
Because she didn't want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Because she wanted to back off because of the heat and the pressure from Camp Beyonce. But Taylor Swift.
Yes. I was hoping you were going to cover this.
She notably won a VMA in 2009 when she was emerging as a star, and she did not acknowledge Beyonce, mention her, anything in her acceptance speech. So this was the same VMAs that Kanye West stole her moment on stage and interrupted her during her acceptance speech, making note that Beyonce had the best video of all time. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had the best video of all time. Did Kanye know that Beyonce was a fucking monster and realize that Taylor didn't know because she's like young and on the scene and was trying to save her from the wrath of Queen Bey?
That's what people think. And to be fair, Kanye is fucking bananas.
He is a crazy person.
But I've always said it, and every crazy person I've ever dealt with, at least 5% of their crazy rants are true. You just have to figure out where it is true. So a lot of people think that he did that to save Taylor, and that all of the weird shit, minus the racist stuff, that he has been just like spouting out is actually legitimate. And people are starting to be like, oh, sorry, we were kind of an asshole to you.
Yeah.
We think you might be right about a lot of this stuff.
Yes. And I don't personally care for him for the most part, just because of, who he is.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite things has been seeing him like call out and humble Kim Kardashian when they were married. Like, he would call her out on her shit all the time. And their daughter.
And now the kid does it. Yeah. She's
oh my God. Exactly like him, and she rips on her mom all the time, and it's a little refreshing.
I know, I love those videos.
There are pieces of him that I like, but overwhelmingly I'm like, I don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got some other problems. But so the rumor that Beyonce gets rid of people that threaten her and that are in her way, it's also fueled the suggestion that she possibly had something to do with the deaths of Aaliyah, Left Eye from TLC, and even Michael Jackson, because they were all threats to her and had to be dealt with at one point.
Yep.
Which is crazy to me.
Well, did you hear that most of them... Oh, no, it's not that. Never mind.
I'm like, all three of them died on the 25th of a month.
Oh, no,
there was a lot of like weird connections and stuff. But yeah, like Aaliyah, she was a super big deal in the late 90s, early 2000s. And she was like on an absolute tear. Her trajectory, she was going to be the next big thing. She was super young, but she was rising quickly at about the same time that Beyonce was coming on the scene. And she was posing a threat to her shining star. So arrangements were made. Aaliyah got on some rickety ass faulty plane that crashed and ended up killing her. And she was like 22 years old.
Yep.
It is so fucking sad. TLC, the, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls group, they were really big around the same time, and they were fighting for fame at the same time that Destiny's Child was, again, something that Beyonce was involved with. And so Lisa Left Eye Lopez from TLC, she ended up dying in a car accident in Honduras, and she was there doing mission work. And so there was some shady dealings that took place allegedly surrounding the car accident, like it was staged and on purpose. And there
was like 9 or 8 people in that car, and she was the only one that died.
Yeah. And so like the whole Michael Jackson connection, I didn't dive so far into that one.
He was technically big before she was ever even a thought, right?
Yeah. I mean, Michael Jackson.
In the 80s?
But the 70s, is when he started. There's this song by J. Cole. It's from 2013. It's like 11 years old. She knows. And so people have drawn some lines between the song title and the Carters themselves. So Jay-Z's name is Sean, and then Beyonce's last name is Knowles. So when you squish them together, you kind of get like a bastardized version of She Knows. So like indicating that it's aimed at them or about them, and that they're involved. And so beyond the name of the song, people were focusing on some of the lyrics, specifically the following ones. So only bad thing about a star is that they burn up. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. Rest in peace to Left Eye. Michael Jackson, I'll see ya just as soon as I die. And so it was the mention of that coupled with the name of the song thought to be involved with Beyonce.
Yep.
And then after Diddy was arrested, people started to believe that the lyrics meant that Beyonce and Jay-Z knew that Diddy had orchestrated the plot surrounding Aaliyah, Left Eye, and Michael Jackson. It's like a 3-ring circus between the three of them. So everything was orchestrated. And Beyonce and Jay-Z have regularly frequented all of the Diddy parties, and they have been on the scene socially for years. So the fact that they're super close, it's very hard to believe that they didn't at least know about all the shit that was happening if they weren't directly involved. But mainly a lot of people feel that it supports the thought that Beyonce arranged to have all of these people killed off, or that it was done to help elevate her and knock off all of the competition. Or if they just had like personal vendettas against these people, they would get rid of them.
Yep.
So yeah, it's officially become like the soundtrack to Beyonce's potential downfall right now.
Yes. And I am here for it. I believe it. I think it is just crazy enough to be true. And I am interested to see where this goes.
Yeah. So there's no concrete evidence at this time to support any of the claims, and everything is purely speculative and alleged in nature. But I would not be shocked at all if some very interesting information about Jay-Z and Beyonce and others came out when the Diddy trial shakes out.
Yeah.
The only thing that I know for a fact and can say with absolute 100% conviction is that you do not reach Beyonce level of fame without fucking a lot of people over and doing a bunch of bad shit.
I agree. Yeah.
So that is why I don't like her.
There you go.
But yeah.
Diddy's trial isn't set until May.
May? I think it's May of 2025.
So there's plenty of time for him to get Epstein or whatever. So hopefully the trial goes forward, but who knows?
Yeah. So we shall see. There have been rumors that there's a list that's been compiled of all the people. There's like all the stories about Justin Bieber that are coming out, which makes me really sad. So like I said, morbid curiosity. It's like you want to know what happened, but then you feel terrible for understanding what happened. So but yeah, so we'll see what shakes out. 2025 is going to be a wild ride, I'm sure.
Agreed.
But yeah, so what is your topic for the next?
No, I have to cover the fucking Diddy shit.
I feel like you have to. You might as well piggyback. And then I think we're going to have to take a brief intermission for the week after that.
We will, because it's going to be the wedding. But the next, oh my God, I'll worry. The next video is actually going to be Killers Quarterly. I thought we had so many more, but I did the math today, and the next one is Killers Quarterly.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I actually, I've been thinking about that for a couple of weeks on who I'm going to do it on. So I think I have my idea.
I have no idea yet.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you should do Diddy, and then we'll circle back for Killers Quarterly. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So the 29th, which is a Tuesday, which is normally when an episode would be released, we're probably not going to release it on that day just because that is the week of my wedding and we're going to be very busy. But hopefully maybe at some point around
if we need to take a brief intermission to get through those few days, that'll be okay.
Exactly.
The majority of our listeners will probably be at the wedding. So.
I know. No, to be fair, we've gotten, I don't think you look at our YouTube.
I haven't checked
But
yet.
since the 2 John Benet episodes, we've gotten multiple subscribers. We're up to 15 on YouTube.
Wow.
We've had like 65 and 45 views on both videos. Like it is doing well.
It's doing something. Okay. That is exciting.
Yeah.
But okay, very good. In the meantime, since we have the next couple of weeks covered, but we do need some more suggestions. So please feel free to reach out to us on our various social media platforms to provide said suggestions. Excuse me. You can reach us on our Instagram. That's the best way to get a hold of us. You can send us an email, crackssistersconspiracies@gmail.com. We have a X, we have a Facebook, we have a Patreon where you can subscribe and get exclusive access to all the other fun stuff that all the common folk don't have.
Or even just become a free subscriber. That would work too.
That is true. You can still get a taste, more so than if you just go to our YouTube channel. We also have a website, crackssistersconspiracies.com. And we have a TikTok that I every now and again will revive.
I have not checked it in a very long time.
Me neither. But sometimes I'll put a little something here or there. But yeah, with that, I'm going to say stay cracked, y'all.
And have a great day.